Hello, I am out and about. I've got my sunglasses on, and unfortunately we might have to put up with that because I've run out of pockets. I'm going for a bit of a walk down to see the boats. I'm always going to be tempted for another boat. Always tempted. Will I actually buy another one? Probably. So I'm going to cross over here, go down, have a look at the boats, and do some reminiscing. So, here we are, across this little bridge by Waitrose, naturally. I'm going to have a look at the boats. So this is the basin at the end of the Aylesbury Arm. It's bigger than I thought. I've never seen it before. I've seen the boats here a couple of times when I've come shopping to Waitrose, and you look out over the windows, which are sort of up there. But I've never actually seen it, so let's have a little look. Helen is going to so regret allowing me to come down here. I think I'm going to end up, oh dear! I was just about to say, I think I'm going to end up buying another boat. Isn't it marvellous? But look at this one. Oh dear. See, I just saw the end. I didn't see the submersion that was going on. Oh dear. That doesn't look a well one at all. Oh dear. That's a shame. I think people have, I don't know why, but I think people have sort of tried to break in to see if there's something worth taking. I don't think there is on that one, I've got to be honest. So, a little bridge over there, and I think this is just like the turning bit at the end. But I really liked being on the canal. There's one here, look. This is nice. Many is the time when I did my boating adventures that you would come to different places and you wouldn't see anybody for miles and miles. Yes, you'd come to these little communities, and people would sort of set up on a permanent or a semi-permanent basis. They would often travel round together in sort of in groups. I loved seeing this sort of thing. I myself, I would just sort of go and jump on the boat and what have you, and I'd go off wherever I was going. But yeah, it's some nice memories. Rather nice to live there, wouldn't it? So they've got their own little private entrance to the canal. Very nice. Let's go have a nose. I know from when I was sort of coming along on my boat, people make some lovely little private worlds into their garden when they back onto a canal, and it really is lovely because it is a world on its own. You see where people's natural end of the garden goes with the fences and what have you. Then there's this little secret bit that it's somehow sort of hidden away. These are nice as well. Look, I don't know how I turn the other way. They're nice. Oh, now that's modern. It always amused me greatly, things like this here. I'm just trying to show you. Where the canal suddenly narrows down to nothing. Literally single width. I can't remember whether it's 6 foot or 7 foot. I think it's 7 foot, or 7'1" or something like that. The minimum width that a canal can be. Because I remember with my boat, and a true story actually, when we were looking for boats to buy, we went to a place called Sawley, the marina at Sawley. We didn't actually buy one from there. So we suddenly started looking at these boats, and we found this nice one that we liked. It was called Linbar. And I was all set to buy it. It was £7,500, and I very, very nearly bought it. And I realised that because of sort of narrowness in places and also heights of bridges, I hadn't even thought about it. You can't get some of these boats through. You have to have them craned on to certain parts of the canal, and then they have a limited distance that they can go between. And I honestly had absolutely no idea about this. And yet, it would have been a real learning experience. Can you imagine if I'd spent £7,500 and then I was trying to navigate the boat from wherever I bought it from, wanted to get it to Lechlade Marina. It would have been quite a major thing if I'd had to pay. I've no idea what it costs to take a boat out of the water onto the back of a trailer, because these were big boats, and then sort of get an HGV to take it. Wasn't quite what I was envisaging, but yeah, that would have been quite a learning experience, wouldn't it? So now, sort of strolling back, find Helen, but there's something I always think rather magical about this sort of thing, because it's where the normal world in which most of us live, your houses and cars and what have you, and then these little sort of entry points to the canal system or the river, and it's like a different world. It really is. But this different world that the boating community is on, which I was part of for a while, but you suddenly sort of realise that I'm going back over this bridge. I'm wondering whether I should have a stroll. No, I'll go back the way I came, I think. But yeah, you suddenly realise that there's this whole other world that you don't get to see. It's sort of hidden just behind the hedgerows, and I think it's pretty good actually. I know years ago when I first started, and I never ever would have come out in public. And I think it's a growth thing, isn't it? That obviously the more you do something, the more comfortable you get with it. I mean, I'm hoping one day somebody will come up to me and say, "Oh, Alex, you're from the Daily Pilgrim channel, aren't you? Can I have your autograph?" It might happen. You never know. You never know. I know I've said it before, whenever I do a nice video, well, a video that I think is quite nice, and I get quite excited. But it was coming places like this that my channel was you know, I first sort of, it's why I wanted to do it. It was the ability to come out to these nice, peaceful places, and basically just see moments like this, really. So, yeah, success had. I need to get out more this year, and I'm trying as much as possible to do it quite cheaply, because I know I've said before that it's, for me, there's this trying to find this balance between working just hard enough to be able to do the nice things that, you know, that sort of cost money to go and do, but I also really, really would like to do the things that are just, you know, just free. Because, I mean, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Because I could work a little bit less and go and do more of the things that are sort of free and cheaper. Interested in your comments below. Should you work hard, just hard enough, or should you push yourself that little bit more? Because then you get to do other things. I don't know. I think it's a balance point for everybody. You know, I've got friends that, you know, would very much, they would go for the simple life, and I've got others that would, you know, go for the, you know, for the high, fast-paced move. It's a movement of life. I don't know. I think we have to find our own medium, don't we? All of us. I think we have to find where we feel comfortable. Maybe you can't actually advise. Maybe you can't even work it out yourself. Maybe you, maybe like me, one week you want to work all guns blazing, and another week's you just want to take it easy. But that's something quite interesting, actually. This one here, that is the absolute definition of having your world on your back. And it was something I learnt that you can't really do with motorhoming with Elvis, because there's a limit to how much you can take physically from a space perspective, and then everything gets a bit on top of itself, and on top of itself, on top of yourself. So there's finding this point, isn't there, that you take just enough stuff with you to have this simplicity in your camping and your adventures, and or whether you're sort of prepared for the world, a Bear Grylls, if you will. And we've got a ducky here. So maybe that's it for this one. So I think that's about it for this one. It was just a little wander for half an hour. I think it probably has been half an hour, 40 minutes in real time. Yes, in fact, it has. Just looking at the time now, it has genuinely been half an hour. So Helen and Tam will have done their ladies' beautification things, which is a mere bloke I don't understand. I think I'll go for now. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.